our new cooking class. I'm Lisa Lamb. I'm the Nutrition Education Program Assistant here at Garrard County Extension Office, and we're going to do a series of these classes. They're going to be 7 in total, and you're going to learn some good ideas, some nice recipes, some easy recipes, but most importantly, some healthy recipes. Today, we are going to work on the apple chicken salad. Chicken salad is something that you can make very easily at home. People enjoy it. And while we're doing the chicken salad, we're going to think about the My Plate. This is how we teach nutrition now. You want to eat the rainbow, you want to eat colorful, whole foods, and you want to make your plate as balanced as it can be according to the My Plate. And you'll see that it's sectioned off in different sections. So today, while we're doing this lesson and this recipe, we will talk about where our ingredients go on this My Plate. Now, I have already prepared, I have already washed my hands, I have washed my surface. Those are the important things that you need to do. And I have already gathered all my ingredients that I need for this recipe that is here in front of me. That is a good tip when you're going to cook something, is to gather your ingredients that you need for that recipe, and then that way you will have them right in front of you. You don't have to go searching for things. And then you also need to learn to read your directions on how to mix things together. So today we're talking about My Plate and healthy living. So, how are some ways that a person can tell they're healthy? You need to have energy, you need to have caloric intake, you need to have caloric outtake, you need to keep yourself hydrated, your skin, your fingernails, your hair will all show signs of health. And if you choose the My Plate, then if you try to look every day at the foods that you're preparing and you're eating, if you have a colorful plate in front of you, first off, it's going to make it more appetizing, because you don't want to eat something that's all the same color, all the same textures. You like to have some cold, some hot, some crunch, some savory. And also, when we talk about My Plates, and we will get into this lesson and reading the ingredients and the nutrition information that's offered on all of our packaged foods now. Those are all based on a 2,000 calorie a day diet. Now, some need that, some don't. Some need less, some need more. This is something that you can talk about with your physician, and they will tell you what's a good range for you to be a healthy weight and what's a good range for your caloric intake. So now we're going to get right into this, and I want you to take notice of this chicken. This chicken was not made specifically for this recipe. This was chicken that we had left over, and that is important because you always have leftovers, and a lot of times they just get thrown out. Well, there's a way to repurpose these recipes into something new that you can snack on or eat for another meal. So, as you can see, I have all my ingredients laid out, and now I am going to tell you that I have split this recipe. I'm not making the full recipe because there's no one here in our offices now to eat it. So, I've just split it in half, and that way it's less food for us to have here. So, we need 2 red apples according to the recipe, but I've only used 1. I have chopped it up, diced it up, and we're just going to pour this right over into this mixing bowl. And the next thing we need to do is we have celery stalks. The recipe calls for 2, but I have only done 1. And I've already chopped it up. The fruit and vegetables have already been washed, they've already been prepared, and they're ready for us to eat when we get all this put together. So there you can see. Now, a lot of people these days are liking these chicken salads with apples and walnuts, or grapes and walnuts. And you can substitute those in here for your celery and your apples here. If you wanted to use grapes, then you would put grapes in place of the apples, and you put the walnuts in place of the celery. The next thing we need to do is we need to have, the recipe says 2 cups, but we're cutting it in half, so I'm only using 1. So there is our chicken that's diced and put in there. And it's already pretty. So you got your greens and your reds, and of course you got the chicken, and there's a little bit of skin left on the chicken. So it has a little golden place to it. And then we are going to add 1/4 a cup of Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt. This is a wonderful tip if you are watching your caloric intake. The recipe calls for salad dressing, and it also calls for Greek yogurt. Any recipe that you have that calls for you to make salad dressing, you can split that with Greek yogurt. You won't know the difference in the taste because the yogurt will take the taste of the salad dressing that you're using. And it's a good way to cut some calories out of your meal, out of your salads that require that. So we only need 1/8 of a cup. So we're going to take the yogurt and we're going to put it in here. This is important when you're measuring things, is you want to make sure that you have an equal full measure. So we're going to take our little salad dressing, and this is our yogurt. So we're going to put this in here, and then we're going to add the same amount of salad dressing. And this is Hellmann's light mayonnaise. And we're just going to fill this up according to our ingredients list. So we have our 1/4 of a cup, or 1/8 of a cup, in our case, salad dressing. Light mayonnaise is good to use. Light salad dressings are good to use. But like I said, if you just can't bring yourself to use the light stuff, then just use the regular and cut it in half with the Greek yogurt. You'll never taste the difference in the finished product. And then finally, we're going to add our 1/4 of a cup of cooked raisins. These are raisins that I have bought in snack packs, like you would send with your children at school. And 2 boxes make 1 cup. So we're only going to use 1/4 of a cup of our raisins. So we got those in there. You see how pretty our salad is coming along? Now I'm going to give this a mix a little bit so that when we put our seasonings in there, our salt and pepper, that we can, it'll mix a little bit better, I feel like. And you may feel like that just mixing it, putting it all in there, mixing it all up at once, but I like to get things kind of smoothed out. So this is our 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and an 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper. Now, we're going to stir this again to make sure everything is mixed. And I'm going to put our finished product. So it makes a beautiful, colorful salad. You can see the salad, and we have used, let's see, on my plate. We have our dairy because that's our yogurt. The grains will come in when you either, the recipe says to use Bibb lettuce leaves to eat this with, but you could also use a whole grain bread or a whole grain bun or wheat crackers, whichever you enjoy the most. Our protein, of course, is the chicken. We have our vegetables in there, which would be the celery. And we have fruit because we have the apples and we have the raisins. So we have filled up the entire my plate in this one simple little dish. I'm going to grab us a little plate. I'll just stick these little bowls so we can show you. And the recipe calls for this to be, it's 310 calories for the entire recipe, and it's 4 servings. So it suggests the serving size is 1 cup of this salad per person. So let's just put us some salad in here, and we'll pretend like that we're going to eat these with some nice whole wheat crackers. or some artisan crackers. There you have it, your finished apple and chicken salad. And you have managed to make an entire meal with one small salad. Thank you, and there will be a Qualtrics in the comments that you can link to. And if you want to come to every class and get enrolled, then I'll need you to fill out those Qualtrics and get them back to me. And all of that information will be on the lesson. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.